Hi, this is Michelle Gunn from Gunn Multimedia Partners. This tutorial is going to be on why you need a new website. There are aspects and elements in which help the performance of the website, help it convert when visitors come to the website, and this is what we're going to talk about. And we're using the example of Tri-State Bariatric, which we are switching from their old site to their new site today. This is me. We begin this video by talking a little bit about what your potential client's going through when they're getting to your website, which is the element we're talking about. But before that, they're going through a journey in order to buy into you. They start with an awareness of your brand or your product or your practice. They would have heard it from a friend. The doctor referred them. They saw an ad. They're just sick and tired of their weight loss solutions not working. And they heard that your solution of surgery was the best solution out there when you're completely frustrated. When they get to your website, at that point, this is where that you're engaging and subscribing. You're answering those questions that they're really looking for. They're at your site. They're looking for statistics on how much weight loss, how much recovery time, what type of support do I have? Can I do this alone, or are there people there? What are the doctors like? What do I have to do to change my habits? That's really what your website is doing. Your website is giving information to them, which then pushes them to subscribe, because now you've built yourself as an expert in the field. Then they subscribe, they make an appointment, you get them in, you get them into your first step seminar, which we know converts at a very high rate. That's an orientation class. At that point, then you convert. You get them to sign up, make an appointment for the actual surgery. But that's just part of the journey that they're going through. They still need to be excited about you after the surgery. You have support mechanisms on the site. You have dietary plans that they can download. Then you're taking them into ascension where they've found everything they need on your site, and they can't wait to talk to you about you to their friends and other people. This is where they become an advocate and they start promoting for your business. This is the buyer's journey in a very, I want to say, it's abridged. There's more steps to this, but this is basically the understanding of what they're going through. It's a journey. You are a guide for their journey. There's a philosophy about how every person wakes up the hero of their day. If they go to a website and they hear all about a doctor who has a Harvard education and is a brag book, brag, 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 all of a sudden that hero changes to the doctor. And all of a sudden they've lost that connection with that practice. They want a connection that's a guide. They want a guide because they still want to be the hero of their day. So what can you do to do that? How can you make sure they feel like the decisions they're making are done by themselves? Because you're giving them information and then you're telling them what decisions need to be made. That's the type of information that goes into, whether it's a brochure, a website, an ad. You always have to think that way and come back to it is about the customer in their situation. How many tips can you give them? What kind of resources can you give them? For one, you're building yourself as an expert, but you're also building your business because you are providing the guidance that your potential customers are looking for. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the element and the reason why they moved from an older website into a newer website. This is actually the old website. We are running AdWords to it, and about 30% of the visitors seem to be AdWords. We're having issues with the conversion rate. Speed's bad, navigation's bad, even just the fact that we're asking them to rate us on the first page when we haven't told them anything about us, and the visitors coming back are a lot less than the visitors that are new visitors, so new visitors don't want to rate us. Just an example of how the copy needs to be correct in terms of being on the right part of that journey. Say the banners, yes, you don't want to have, it just looks like somebody died. You have an empty, type of surgical type of thing. Plus, you really want to be showing people little and, less and less about the scalpels and more about the results. Okay, we talked about the buyer's journey being part of what drives us in terms of direction with design and the look and the feel and the navigation of the website. There's also other things. Your analytics. We look at what the last site was doing, where it was, where people were visiting. Services happen to be a big part of where people were going. You want them to be on a contact page at this point. So those services, that's why we threw it up onto the home page. Initially it wasn't. And again, you're giving blurbs on the home page. You're giving snippets that if they want to read more, they can, but they can also go on to other information. So it's a better way of feeding information to your clients in order to engage them to contact you faster. Just the way that things are navigated. We really go over and over this aspect of the menu was 90 pages originally. This is kind of what it looked like. And we took it down and we had to bring it to much more understandable and, what are they looking for first? What are they looking for second? And answering those questions and trying to make sure that we're getting all this information into the website, but just in a more efficient way. Also, there's articles that were driven to, we take into consideration. This is also more research, what people are really looking for. And again, use it in elements. Original website. Some of the things that we've looked at is our speed report. Now, so we did a speed report before we did the new website, and we saw that it was taking almost 17.5 seconds to toggle between page to page. Now, right now, it's actually on a different server, so it won't act the same way. So I'm not going to show you how that works, but we did run all the tests to see that it was just exorbitant. It should be within 2 to 3 to 4 sometimes seconds per page per load. So we knew in order to combat speed, we needed to look at the plugins. Plugins in order to make tables or make design elements on the pages, because the plugin had a front page that looked like that. So those aren't necessary, and these are some of the things that we deem what is necessary with the client. We got it down to about 12. I think about 8 are now active. We've done this, and now we've gotten the new website to about 3.3 seconds in terms of loading. Okay, the original website was very confusing in terms of the navigation. It happens to most businesses where they have a website and they just keep adding to it. And, it's every few years you need to kind of sit back and say, wait a minute, we've added these pages or we've added these things. Let's reconfigure it so it navigates according to our targets again. What are they really looking for? Is it accessible? Are we asking for the appointment after they read about a certain subject. So, there was a few things when it came to, okay, so that's one of the things that we kind of softened a little bit. So now, here we're looking at the new site, and we talk about the buyer's journey. Right away, in the banner, we're talking about a success. We have successfully come into the body that makes us happy. Again, there's a navigation right away to learn more. Then there's a few other banners that talk about the 5-star status and the excellent award. Also, easy signups, 5 locations, great guides. In addition to empathizing with the customer, you're also, part of your marketing is to make it easy for the customer to buy into you, to make an appointment, to understand what they're going to be going to. Guiding is a key word in this. You are a guide because every customer is the hero of their own day. If all of a sudden the first banner that they see is a brag about a doctor going to school and it's all about the practice and not about understanding that you're a guide for them in their journey to weight loss, you've lost them. You've now become the hero and they don't feel as powerful. You always want to keep your client in the power seat because you want them to feel it's their decision to choose you, it's their decision to make the appointment, and it's their decision whether they want to refer you later. So you can boast about yourself as in one of these banners, but mainly your focus has to be on how you are guiding them through what they will deem their solution, the best solution for their situation. Okay? Here we have, again, easier access, parent portal for return. This is a very key location for contacting and instant appointments, instant signups. So your first step seminar, we know the first step seminar with this client is almost a 50% conversion rate when they get them in the room and Becky goes over and tells them about the orientation and gives them all the information. She's a great guide in that seminar. So we're going to drive people to this seminar. So we're going to put that as many places, very visible, very understandable where to sign up for it. Also here, other questions. Am I really a candidate? When you go to this page, here, let's go to the page. It gives you an understanding of, okay, am I a candidate? Let me calculate my BMI. Let me read a little bit about what makes me a candidate. Walk them through steps. Calculate your BMI. Attend an online first step seminar. And it's all right here in order to be actionable that they can pull the trigger because you're giving them the elements in the navigation. Also, these inner pages, very much reiterating more detailed drop downs. If they can't find it here, they should be able to find it here. We actually have the newsletter. Frequently asked questions is on this page. So you're talking to the person that is asking if I'm a candidate. You're giving them the information on this page that's answering that question. Back to the home page. Again, on the home page, 60% of people that come to websites are looking for a phone number or looking for a location. You've got those right here. Your locations are here. You've also got a bigger button for locations and directions. Then, what we do. Now, the way that we describe this is not so much, okay, this is a procedure that's laparoscopic and it's, it's going to cut away part of your stomach and blah, blah, blah. That's not what they want to hear at this point. This year, they want to hear that they have only 1-day hospital stay, 65% weight loss in the first year. This is the most popular loss solutions. So when you read through the front page needs to not be the detail about the surgery. The front page needs to be the guide to everything that they're looking for as a result. Sign up for the first steps. Again, right on the first page. Meet the doctors. See what they're affiliated. Results. You've got 2 testimonials here. People will basically, when reading reviews or testimonials, will look at 2 to 5. So it's good to highlight a few of your really good ones on the first page, and then send them to a page that has tons of videos and tons of reviews. We have also put that under the doctor's pages. Within the surgeon's pages, there's reviews right here. You know, another really smart aspect of web design is how to take tons of information and be able to put bullet points, bigger headers on things that are important, but that also accentuate different aspects of, say, a profile. Here, you know, a quick blurb, and then you can go and read more. Here we have some reviews on the doctor. We have in bullet points over here his education, his residency, and other areas of practice. They also have their pages that are a more robust view of themselves. Looking into procedures, if you want to see where we have that, here it jumps down to the procedure that's the quick blurbs that are on the front page, and then also it moves into a more detailed blurb, which we're still working on compiling this information. But again, as you can see, pros and cons, results, description of procedures. Here, in a nutshell, what does a lap band do? You know, these are the types of things, because we live in a society where people don't read as much as we'd like. We need these little blurbs and these highlights on headers in order to drive them through copy that they should be reading. Again, we use elements like accordions in order to organize information. And we also have very versatile menus within the procedures and within the doctors, where you can toggle between the procedures within the procedures, so you don't lose people trying to find things. Okay, I'm not going to go too much further into this because each page has its own sort of navigation. It's all formatted to work together, but depending on the information, we're either still working on some of the inner pages because the copy needs to be gone over by the office, along with a little consultation from us in terms of, you know, really what the visitor is going to deem important, and give them some direction in terms of rewriting some of the copy. On the contact page, this is really important though, I wanted to go over, was we give you tools so even when someone contacts you through the website, it can be directed to departments. You know, things like checkboxes, toggles, you know, not just a give us a message. What location are you looking for? This way it can be, right now, it's actually being worked within the office, but you can also digitize this, that this goes to certain areas. Again, cutting down your time allotted to answering inquiries, and just making your business a little bit more efficient with information that's coming through digitally. Okay, I hope this has been informational to everyone. Again, I know you all are going to have comments, but I wanted you to understand a little bit of what is important, why data really drives a lot of why design is a certain way. Okay, so this has been your journey from here to here. So I hope that everyone understands some of the things we were speaking about. Please call us or email us. You can get through our website, gunnmultimedia.com. If you have any questions on either the strategies, the elements, the just in terms of how to help your business, and minor things you can do. It doesn't all have to be thrown out. You can do things in stages. But remember, answer the question that your visitors and your clients or your potential clients are looking for. That's the most important thing to understand about your marketing. It's not a brag book until you've also it's not a brag book until you've engaged your customers and got them interested in you.